actually shoot, but like it'll actually load this video. It's gonna be short. I'm just getting on here to say one thing, basically. And that is it's my own epiphany of how to put it into words. And it's like the first time I've ever even thought of it and like kinda like, oh okay. And it makes me kinda feel like, yeah, that's what's wrong with the world to a degree. Um the mind constantly wants to know, the ego constantly wants to know. Everybody loves knowledge. And so you get into these relationships, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a romantic relationship or whether it's even your children or even your pet, or whatever. And you get to a point where you can't know any more about the thing or the person or the object. And it's just like a child when a child gets a new toy. They love that toy, but once they've done, dunked it in the water and set it out in the sandbox and left it in the yard for a week and, done all these things to it, eventually it just becomes, you know, nothing to them. Like they're done with it. They're disinterested, and so they throw it away. And you might ask, well, why do they throw it away and everything? And then this could even be like a little bit dealing with people that, I ain't going to get into that. Well, I'll just say it though, that way you're not wondering. People that deal with being hoarders really bad. Um, but anyways, so usually, they don't take care of it. They're disinterested after they've had it for a while and they move on. That's what is happening in relationships. People are getting in relationships and they're so excited. And one person in the relationship is like, hey, this is everything about me within the first couple years. And after that person realizes, damn, that's everything about you, the other person. And even if you've realized everything about them, y'all sit there and y'all get bored with each other. So y'all end up else cheating on each other, and that leads to you breaking up, or you just break up with each other because you tell each other, you're not who I thought you was. You're not who I thought you was, this, that, and the other. I'm disinterested. I can't find anything else about you anymore. You're not a mystery to me. You're not intriguing. And that's where the problem lies. Everybody is using their brain as love. Because everybody sits here and says that they love their mom and their dad and their grandparents. They love their children. They love their significant others. They love them because that's what society tells you to say. That's the appropriate thing to say. That's the Brady Bunch syndrome, in my words. I'm not saying that's the actual thing, but that's the thing to me. The Brady Bunch syndrome of that's the appearance. That's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to sit there and say, yeah, I love them. Of course I love my mom. Of course I love my dad. Of course I love my family. Yeah, I love them. And you'll keep saying it, yet do you really treat them with love? And then not even that, let's not even get into that, because I know a lot of people that could probably try to flip things and everything. But what I'm saying, especially for as far as friendships and relationships that you go out and you're choosing. You're choosing to be part of these people's lives. You're choosing them. You don't have to be around them. The ones that are not family, or even your pets, and you're choosing them. And this is what happens even to dog owners or cat owners. They get the cute little kitten, it's all fun and games, and then, oh God, it starts throwing up hairballs. They don't want it no more. Or they get the dog, and the dog, gets through its puppy stage and everything, but then one day it turns on the owner, because it's still a puppy and it hasn't been trained properly or something, and they want to get rid of the dog, because it turned and growled at them. And a growl is the only way that they know how to communicate instinctually. But anyways, or it could be something, even, oh, they're old, they got arthritis, let's get rid of them. Oh, they're sick, let's get rid of them, and stuff like that. But it's the same mentality. And that's the problem, is love is not supposed to come from here. Love is supposed to come from here. And when love comes from here, it doesn't end. It doesn't stop just because you know that they always say this same thing that hurts your feelings or disrespects you, but still they do a lot of good things for you. That, like, when you love somebody, and I'm not saying that you should put up with abuse, but I'm saying that you should accept people for the fact that they are flawed. And you should accept yourself for being flawed. And when you get with somebody, and if you're somebody that you're like, hey, I want to work on my flaws and become the best person I can be, then you need to make sure that that person that you're going to be with, is going to be the same. That they're going to look at their flaws and be like, I'm going to work on them. And that they actually mean it. If not, then yeah, I can understand, if they break their side of promises. And that's another thing too, is people promising shit that they cannot come through on. And one of the biggest promises that every dumbass gives every other dumbass is that they love each other. And I guess that's the reason, like, I was all caught up and tore up and everything dealing with the girl that I fell in love with and stuff. It's like I don't fall in love a lot. I don't fall in love easily. And when I love somebody, I love somebody. And then to try to act like I don't love them, it hurts me and everything. But I'm still, even if I know everything about them, which I don't with this girl, but even if it's somebody that I know everything about, like my daughter, and then you might say, well, that's your kid. Of course you're going to love your kid. There are people out there that would have thrown the relationship away because my child is staying with my parents right now, and she's in their temporary custody. There's a bunch of people that have even recommended that I do that. Well, why don't you just give up on her? I'm not going to give up on her. I love her. I will never give up on her. She is my daughter. And I actually love her. I actually do. Not from here, but from here. And when I love people, I love from here. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people love from here. They love from the mind. Oh, you're interesting. Oh, I can figure out new stuff. Oh, you can teach me something new. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, that's so nice. And then even when it comes to secrets, oh, tell me all your secrets. Oh, that's nice to know that about you. Now I know all your secrets. And then you're just walking around plain Jane, basically like everyday life now. Every day they're going to come in bitching about work. If that's their thing. Or every day they're going to come in and they're not going to put their shoes by the door, Or every day they're going to come in and they're going to do something that you don't necessarily agree with or like. See, this is where, like, is it abuse or is it just you don't like it? And this is what you need to get used to if you really love somebody, is stuff that you don't like. You're not going to like everything about anybody. Your kids, your partners, your friends. There's going to be things that you just do not like about them. But as long as it is exterior and it's like their bubble and it's not interfering with your personal space or your personal, mentality even. Because if they come in bitching every day about work and it stresses you out mentally because you can't handle that, then that's mental abuse. But if they come in bitching about work every day and you can zone them out and watch TV, but you still know that they do it and it still annoys you slightly, you still don't like it, then that's okay, because that's your choice. That's who you put up with. That's what you're capable of. You have to have self-awareness and self-knowledge. What are you capable of handling and tolerating in another individual? You have to know yourself before you can fully love somebody. And that's what I'm met with all the time, basically, is people that do not know themselves. But people need to stop loving from here and stop just wanting that extra information and the experience of it. Yeah, experiences are nice, and I've even preached on that in my prior videos about, yeah, do the experience, for the fun. Yeah, because that's how you do learn in life, and I'm stuck in a rut and I want to learn something, damn it. Whether it's through hanging out with a friend or because if I hang out with my grandmother, and I've hung out with my grandmother the majority of my life, and she's done taught me everything she can teach me, even though she thinks she can't, because she's got to teach me how to make biscuits another 20 times before she passes away over the next 10 years, or 15 years. But, I mean, I can't learn anything else from her. And to sit there and be like, hey, let me use you so I can learn off of you. No, I'm not going to do that to somebody. And I'm sorry that a lot of people are like, well, there's people that do like you. There's people that do want to hang out with you and this and that. There are people that, like, for instance, there are people that want to date me, but I don't want to date them. Because I don't see myself being able or capable of loving them when the going gets tough, I don't see myself being able to even try to date them to even see if I can handle that. Because with that girl, I mean, yeah, I'm in love with her, but I was like, let's date because I need to figure you out more to see if, and I'm sorry that I tried to get physical. I'm sorry. I won't no more. I promise. But she got, mad. So. But when you love, you're not supposed to love from here. You're supposed to love from your heart. And so how many people out there actually love from their heart? Not a lot. Not a lot at all. How many people actually love from their soul, from their spirit? See, I can't, like, my grandmother can't teach me nothing new. And my grandmother, the type of personality that she is, I can't teach her anything because she just won't listen. She don't care to get it. She don't care to know. She don't care to understand. Because she's accepted where she's at, and that's just her personality. Even if she wants to sit and gripe about things. Like the TV, when she messes up the TV remote and I have to fix it because she don't know what she's doing. And instead, I could teach her, I could show her, but she don't care to. And it's not that, she's old and she don't care to because she's ashamed or embarrassed that her memory's, not that great. No, she literally does not give a shit to. At all. At all. You could write it down on a piece of paper and put it right beside her, like on her end table, and leave it there, and she wouldn't even look at the piece of paper. Instead, she would ask you. Like, that's just who she is. She don't want to learn anything new. And whenever you do that, then you're kind of giving in to this basic line, like, lifestyle, I guess. This mundane everything. And see, that's the thing too, is like, okay, say you are dating somebody and say you do figure everything out about them and they figure out everything about you. But then y'all are both every day y'all are both changing. If y'all aren't holding each other in a box, if y'all aren't saying, hey, why didn't you take the trash out on Monday? Why'd you take it out on Tuesday? If you're not like offensive in holding them back in them changing up their routine, or hey, why did you shave your beard off? I've always liked a man with a beard, and you had one all these years and now you shaved it off. You've got to let people dip their toes in the curiosity of their own growth while you're still together with them. You don't need to be an asshole. But anyways, I don't know if anybody will understand what I'm saying in this video, but, I mean, for the most part, I would hope that you would. It's pretty basic. But people need to stop living with love, from a mentality, and start living with it from a feeling, from their hearts, versus up here. I have loved people that have declined in their thought process in my lifetime. I have loved animals that have definitely declined in their motor functions and their thought process. And I didn't stay with them, baby them, take care of them, sleep in the floor with them, out of guilt for not, let's say, putting them to sleep, because I've never had an animal euthanized. But I also didn't do it, I did not do, hell, I don't know how to word it. I did that because I loved them. I did that because I cared about them. Some people would say, no, you love an animal, you put it to sleep, and there's a big argument on that and everything. If that's the case, then why are you stopping people from committing suicide? People that suffer like me from depression. Why try to stop us? Why try to talk us out of it? Why not instead say, you know what, hell, I'll take you to a damn doctor over here, and since you're so miserable and sad with your life that all you're going to do is possibly make other people miserable and sad, because that's all you're doing to me, because the way you make me feel, you don't make me feel good, and y'all want to be that selfish, and everything. I don't care if a cat vomits on me or shits on me or whatever, or a dog is bleeding on me. I don't care how they're going about dying. Whenever they're dying, I'm there for them. Because it's not here. And they're not even here when that shit's going on. I think that's another thing too, is a lot of people think that dying is here. And it's not. Dying is not a mental thing. It is to a degree, but once that's gone, and that's gone way before the feeling. But the feeling is what is actually there. The feeling is what actually counts. The feeling of, God, am I alone? But I'm going to end this video here. Hope everybody's doing good. Keep putting your best foot forward. I'm going to let you go. Take care. Bye.